Hello, and welcome back. It is time for more Final Fantasy XIV. But before that, I want to show off something that I made and something that I bought. Got a Onua Pakari Kanohi here. I bought, and I made these claw gloves. Well, I took the tips off of some gardening gloves that I bought and I glued them onto some black and gray gloves. Because green, just bright green, is not really conducive to Onua. So yes, and I got this mask. Kanohi. That I bought, and I added magnets into it so that it can snap on to this beanie I've got. Which I won't be wearing all stream. The beanie is too warm for that, But I wanted to show that off. I really like it. I ordered it like back in September. It had finally arrived. Sadly too late for the convention that I went to. But it looks great. And I'm really happy with it. And there's always next year. But today, we're gonna be probably trying to do more Jeuno stuff. I did hop over to Midgardsormr on the Ether server, so hopefully we'll not have any trouble getting people together. No real updates on the levels. I have not had the time to put into Final Fantasy XIV stuff because I've been working on, of course, all the RuneScape stuff. RuneScape grinds. Oh yeah, also if you don't know Onua, the mask that I was showing you, this here, this is Onua. He got claws. He got a Pakari. Focus camera. Got a Pakari. I have ordered also. It'll take a while to get here, but I ordered this kind of device that kind of like wraps around your head. It's got like bendable wires so you can position it how you want, but it's got these LEDs that face outwards, that you can position around eye level, so that when I have that on and the mask, and then there'll be like glowing green eyes. Should be pretty great. Pretty happy with it so far. So anyways, I've been, of course, grinding in RuneScape because of the RuneScape 3 League, and then the old school RuneScape Gridmaster, and now prepping for Sailing's release on the 19th. So, and then of course, obviously all the real life stuff like work and helping my mom with her shrubbery and stuff because it needed to be trimmed. And the mulberry, I know, at least by the children's song, there's the mulberry bush. You know, here we go around the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. But I mean, it seems like a tree because it's real tall. But anyways, the neighbor has this mulberry plant, whether it's a tree or a bush or whatever. It's very tall, got branches reaching over my mom's garage, and apparently the city doesn't like that. It calls it overgrowth, and it's like, it's not our fault that our neighbor has mulberries growing right on the fence and the branches are reaching out across over top of the garage. Yeah, so I've been helping with that and work and just very, very busy. So I haven't been able to do any leveling over here. Let's get started here. Northward. Bakul Jaja is putting his heads together to consider your next move.
Until Sarilja makes himself known again, all we can do is wait. Feels like we're playing right into his hands. But enough of my rantings. You must be tired after all he's put you through. Why don't we return to Tuliolal for now? I'll meet you at Bright Plume Post.
Alright. Bright Plume Post, Tuliolal. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, right there. Bright Plume Post. Oh, no. The next one. There. After those orcs and everything else Sarilja threw at us, it's nice to finally get a chance to breathe, ain't it?
Speaking of which, what were the two of you up to the first time we were afforded a reprieve from his scheming?
Doing as any good adventurer would. Exploring. More specifically in Yok-Tara. We happened upon a most fascinating settlement of giants on our travels. The Yokoi. I believe they called themselves. They bear a striking resemblance to the trolls of our world. Only in appearance, mind. Trolls are a hostile sort, given to looting and plundering, and known to serve as sellswords.
That wasn't all we saw, though. We traveled all over. I was hoping we'd find someone who might have seen Sarilja, or at the very least knew something about Electro.
I'd be surprised if you did. Electrop isn't native to Tara. It comes from the Kingdom of Alexandria, inside the dome in Shak-Tara.
The dome? They said we needed some sort of permit to cross the bridge leading north. If that's where Electrop comes from, do you reckon there's anyone there who could help figure out if we're really echoes?
Oblivion may be able to shed some light on things. As they've been working rather closely with the Landsguard of late, I see no reason why a request couldn't be made through the Wing of Reflection. Meaning we should go and pay them a visit, yes? Just as well. If we're going to get these two travel passes, I'm sure the guard will expedite the process if we mention they're to accompany Junasia.
Wouldn't such a permit normally require some manner of rare goods in exchange? Or perhaps an exorbitant sum of gil? Ah, right. I've heard stories about adventurers struggling to get a pass for the airships in Vanadil. I'd sooner walk if I had to pay those prices.
I don't know about exorbitant prices.
Sorry for the wait. The Landsguard had no trouble readying passes for the both of you.
So soon? Gods, the depth of his coffers must be staggering.
As for Oblivion, they're keen to learn more about you. In fact, they've asked to meet on the outskirts of Alexandria. It's a rather long way from here to the Dome, though. We should stop in Shishinawezi Springs. Catch our breath and shore up supplies. I'll show them the way there.
Hi.
Excuse me, miss. I'm looking for my daughter. Have you seen a little Eldite girl anywhere?
No? Although I only just arrived.
I see. Gods, where could she have run off to?
Say, you're from the Dome, aren't you? What's got you so worked up and in a hurry?
Yes, I am. My name is Jasper, and it's my daughter. She's gone missing. Try to stay calm, all right? Maybe we can help. What does she look like? Right, her name is Scoria. She's an Eldite like me, with long red hair. We were planning to move from Solution 9 to Tuliolal, and so we came to visit first, learn about our home-to-be. We were waiting to ride the Ronique, and before I knew it, she had wandered off. I think I may have seen her a little while ago. Girls like your daughter don't seem all that common in these parts. Pretty sure she was heading somewhere to the south.
We'd better hurry and find her, before something in the wilds finds her first.
You leave this to us. She'll be back and safe before you know it. Sorry to put our plans on hold after dragging you all the way out here. We should have more than enough time before we're to meet with Oblivion. Besides, what manner of adventurers would we be to ignore a person in need?
Well, let's be quick about it. I'll go with Jasper and ask around if anyone has seen Scoria. You three check to the south.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Please do be careful out there. You heard Bakul Jaja. Let's get going. There was a settlement to the south, if memory serves. Perhaps someone there has seen Scoria. Let's each speak with 3 or so people, then reconvene to see what we can piece together of her whereabouts.
All right.
Got any questions?
A little bit further. There.
Reliquie. A young Eldite girl? No, I haven't. It's not often you hear of Eldite looking to move to Turiola. If we can expect more in the future, I'd certainly like to get to know them. Uh-huh. I saw her wandering about outside of town, but only for a moment. No sooner had our eyes met than she'd run off. I'd love to help, but I have to get back to work.
All right. I mean, lucky for you, we've got a number of people helping to look for her. But like, if you're at work and someone's like, my daughter's gone missing. I'm trying to find her. Can you help? You don't go, well, I got work to do. You go, yes, of course. It's a child has gone missing. Like, of course I'm gonna help. If my boss complains, then screw him. I'm looking for a lost child.
I was just up north a little while ago, but I didn't see any Eldite girl wandering about. Poor thing. I hope she's not in any trouble. I think I've learned all I can from the people here. Did you discover anything of note?
Not seen to the north, but somebody else did see her somewhat recently.
I heard much of the same. So we can say with certainty she passed through here not long ago. Let's continue on southward.
Shay. So you've killed a dinosaur?
There you are. I take it you haven't had any luck finding her either. All I found searching around here was monsters. To be honest, it felt like a waste of time at first. While I was thumping this one, though, I could have sworn I saw a kid off in the distance. I'm betting it was her. If we hurry, we might be able to catch up to her. Whoever that was I saw scurrying off can't be far. Let's go, before any monsters find them.
Yeah.
Cutscene time.
There you are.
You found her, thank goodness. Who are you people? The name's Prish. Your father asked us to come and find you. What are you doing out here all by yourself? He said we have to move, but I don't want to go. I want to stay in Alexandria and be a singer. I know nothing about the music in Tuliolol, and they'd never listen to a nobody like me who's not even from Thrall. Honey, thinking about it made me so mad. I needed to be alone to think. So I ran, and I kept running. Then somehow I found myself here. I'm sorry if I caused you all any trouble. No need to be sorry. You're safe, and that's all that matters. You know, you remind me of a friend of mine. Ulmia. One day I found her out near the coast with a beautiful view just like this, crying like it was the end of the world. She had been trying to join our choir, but turns out she was too nervous to sing in front of people. But the world is one big place. If you spend all your time dwelling on small setbacks, you'll never be able to appreciate the bigger picture. It'd be a lie to say I know what you're going through, but what I do know is this. Giving up on singing would mean the end of the world you've been working toward. I told Ulmia the same thing, and you know what? She kept pursuing her passion for singing, and eventually joined the Tavnazian Cathedral Choir, just like she'd always dreamed.
Also, Scoria, your big zipper there seems to be like busted open a bit there. It's like open on the top end, open on the bottom end. You should probably like try to finagle and fix it.
But what if they hate my songs? What if they all just laugh at me? All sorts of people live here in Tyrrell, you know? And now there are even folks from another world mingling with the locals. It's full to bursting with diversity. Being different is what'll make your songs special. And I'm sure there are people here who appreciate that. So I say keep singing. Share your music with this big, wide world. Would it be alright if I start by sharing with you?
Ah, there you are. It's so good to see you all safe. Scoria has told me everything. I don't know how I could ever repay you. But after we've finished moving to Tuliolal, I certainly intend to try. You have my word on that.
I hope to see you again soon, and I'd love to meet your friend Ulmia as well. You and me both. When we do, we'll be certain to tell Umlia that Prisha and another dear friend who is dying to meet her. I can hardly wait. And I promise to keep singing, sharing my music with the world just like you said. So you better come back. I'll have a front row seat waiting for you. Right. Of course. We had better be on our way. Thank you again for everything. Till we meet again, I hope.
Apocalypse Now. Ooh, we get an orchestrion roll, Vanadil March number 2.
Now that Scoria is safe and returned with her father, I think it's time we make for the dome. We can take the train from Shaloni Station. Prish, it's time to go.
Oh, sorry. Right. Let's get going.
Bow, bow.
What luck! The train's just arrived.
I know I said worrying about if we're real isn't going to get us anywhere, but... God, I feel like such a hypocrite. I can't stop thinking about what Surreal just said. I'm not scared, though. I mean, it is a little scary. But more than that, it's, why does this have to be so complicated?
You really miss Olmia, don't you?
That's probably it. Listening to Scoria sing reminded me of Ulmia and home. It makes me wonder what everyone is up to. I can think of at least one person who's already in the midst of their next grand adventure. Even if we're merely echoes, who's to say we can't return to Vanadil? I've no doubt Surrealja would know a way. And what place would I have in Vanadil when the real Prish is already there? Just when I think I've put it out of my mind, I think of Kamlanaut, and Eldnark. Clearly imposters and proof we're living the same lie. Then we meet Scoria. She's so excited to have us come back and see her sing. And saying we would just felt like more of that lie. There's no doubt in my mind we'll stop Surrealja, but then what? What happens to us?
Would that I had an answer for you, but I don't. No one does. Because the future is what we make of it.
Once this is over, I intend to see all this world has to offer. I may be without memories, but I've not lost my adventurous heart. Perhaps I'll even find a new calling along the way. The world is one big place, after all. I dare say there's something out there for the both of us. When you're right, you're right. I guess we'll just find our own place to call home. But first things first, we need to go and meet with Oblivion. Uh-oh. It all. We had better hurry. Also, iterate. See, I'm not doing drugs. I'm blowing my nose, and I'm doing it on camera, just for you. See? Normally, I try to do this off camera to be all considerate. But just for you, just to prove, I'm blowing my nose. Ah, you must be the ones Shale told me about. I'm Kikwazana, one of the electrope engineers. So, what was it you wanted to discuss? I see. Well, that'd make more than just memories etched into electrope. Mamulja magics are quite impressive. They almost seem alive. Uh-huh. I mean, of course you're alive. Technically. Maybe. Let's just forget I said anything, alright? Don't worry about it. We're not even sure ourselves, to be honest. The only thing we're certain of is that our bodies are made from electrope. We were hoping you could help figure out what that means for us. We can't just sit around moping, you know? Not sure how much I can help, but I'd certainly love to try. We are in your debt, sir. While you're conducting your tests, would it be all right if we have a look around? There's something about unfamiliar lands that stirs an adventurer's blood, and... Wait, if we're made of electrope, do we even have blood to stir? Ha! Even if we don't, that's an absurd question to ask, don't you think?
Well, at least they seem to be in better spirits. Perhaps they simply find the truth comforting.
If we might return to the topic at hand, yes. Feel free to explore as you like. Then it's settled. The site of our next adventure will be here in the dome, and then Shaktaral. I hope we'll see you around, Jeuno. And worry not. I will keep a close eye on Prish, and ensure we're not away over long. We mustn't lose sight of our true goal, after all. To defeat Surrealja and, God's willing, secure a means of persisting without his magics. Mark my words, Surreal Jaw will be stopped. If the two of you will follow me, I need to collect a few samples. Some wild waving for 2 feet away.
Oh no, I forgot! I never took them to Tea for tacos. There's so much in Turiola they've yet to see, so much they've yet to eat. I suppose I'll have to bring food here when they're free. A fine idea, brother. Perhaps, but it will have to wait. Let's return to Bright Plume Post for now.
All the way back. What? Why? Huh? Why do we gotta go all the way back to Turiola? I mean, you can go back and get some tacos and bring them over here, but what do I need to go back here for? Bakul Jaja told me what happened. Well done defeating Surreal Ja's echoes. We'll make certain the guard is duly prepared should new threats arise in Yaktel.
Waiting for Surreal Ja to show himself is maddening, but it will be worth it to finally put him to the sword. At the first sign of activity in those woods, you can be certain the Landsguard will contact you. Until next time, take care.
Meanwhile, somewhere in the rift.
How much longer must I wait for this vessel you promised me?
My apologies, Dawn Servant. It is no simple matter to fashion a vessel befitting one of your majesty. But soon, very soon, preparations will be complete. How many times have I explained this to that insufferable oaf? I thought him a kindred spirit from across the rift, but his impulsiveness is beginning to test my patience. At least that adventurer, for their part, continues to exceed my expectations. Once I find the echo that proves her match, everything else will fall into place. She did well to stand against the ancients, but against the gods, not a chance.
Are you sure about that?
Her companions will need to be dealt with as well. Prish will be simple enough, but the other one, Alxal, was it? I thought he was nothing more than the middling amalgamation of memories. That he continues to survive defies all reason. A man of such resilience in Vanadil would have to be. No, it couldn't be. If I'm right about this, then no matter. Thankfully, I'm not without my contingencies. We deserve better. We will have better. Only blessed siblings possessed of resolve and reason are fit to rule. Bakul Jaja was little more than a witless brute before, but clearly his companions have stirred something within him. Perhaps he's not without value after all.
You and your scheming.
The memories abiding within Jeuno stir once more. Perhaps the adventurers there have new knowledge to share with you.
Okay. So I guess I'm going back to Jeuno. Got orchestra roll.
Taralja, take me to Jeuno. Ah, there you are. If you've any burning questions about this place or anything else in Vanadil, I should be happy to answer them.
I feel like we probably did the first 4 last time, and now there's 4 new ones. How about Kirin?
A talking manticore possessed of powerful elemental magics? Only Kirin comes to mind. Master of the Shijin, residing within the deepest reaches of the shrine of Ruavita. It is said to be a creature of boundless power and wisdom both. Only those who can best the 4 Shijin and claim their seals are granted an audience. I can say I've managed it just the once with a band of adventurers many months ago. An arduous experience, to say the least. The Shijin are also required offerings of rare gems and stones to be summoned.
What do you mean by it's not centered? Huh? Do you mean like I'm not in the center? But yeah, see, I'm in like, I'm on that 3rd line, see? Yeah, see? I'm centered on the 1/3 line. And then you've got, you know, my background stuff right here on the other 3rd line. don't like it? You want me to be over here?
Jeuno also required offerings of rare gems and stones to be summoned, and we weren't the only ones who sought them. It was a mad dash from dawn to dusk, running ourselves ragged just to meet with these lesser divine beasts. When it finally came time to face Kirin, we had to be prepared. Defeat would have meant repeating the process of gathering gems and stones for the Shijin, and I don't think we had resolve enough to face them all a second time. Not without a long, long reprieve. As you can imagine, the spoils from that battle are exceedingly rare. Kirin's Osod, for example, would easily fetch 99 million kill on the bazaar. Woo! Ah, there you are. Yeah. Ultima and Omega. Looking a little different. A pair of strange mechanical monsters assaulted an armada of airships, you say? Sounds like you've seen the legendary weapons Ultima and Omega. It's rumored the Armathrin Society sought to revive them in some way. So it's hard to say whether what you saw were the original weapons built by the ancients or recreations. The Archduke Kamlanot was also said to be involved with the Armathrin Society, if you can believe it. No one really knows what it is they're after, but I've heard from a reliable source that they have a keen interest in realizing the dreams of the Zillart. Whatever that means. Perhaps you can discover the truth for yourself. Kamlanot. The Archduke is the reason Jeuno grew from a small fishing village into the bustling city we know today. During the Crystal War, he rallied the nations of Windthirst, Bastok, and Sandoria together under the banner of the allied forces of Altan. This union afforded the enlightened races an invaluable foothold in their fight against the Beastmen. When enemy forces reached Jeuno's doorstep, it's said that Kamlanot himself led the counterattack that resulted in a decisive victory against the invasion. While widely regarded as a hero of the people, some believe he's not all that he appears to be. He's rumored to have ties to the Zillot, an ancient race whose people flourished some 10,000 years ago. Which begs the question, does he intend to use his position as Archduke to further some unknown agenda? And what would an ostensibly extinct people have to gain from it? Only the gods know, I suppose. After being away from the public eye, I never would have imagined that's how he'd reveal himself. Ildnash. Or Eldnash. The young man is known to speak with a wisdom well beyond his years, but I'm surprised to hear he's well versed in combat as well. He is Kamlanot's younger brother, and despite his age, he plays a significant role in the governance of Jeuno, his shrewdness often surpassing even that of senior officials. I say despite his age, but it has been 30 years since he and his older brother first assumed leadership. Whatever secrets they're hiding, the people of Jeuno seem to have little interest in bringing them to light. Or perhaps they fear the repercussions of drawing the Archduke's ire. Did you know there are some adventurers who claim that Eldnash is actually the older brother? If that were true, it would call into question everything we know about him and his brother. Eldnash disappeared from the public eye around the same time news spread of his brother's death. As for why, one prevailing theory points to the involvement of a seasoned adventurer. See, and that is all of the things. So now what? Nice one. Minstrel. I need to go back over. Home area. Strange. Where's the next Jeuno quest? Huh. Very weird. Let's see. Oh, that's it for now, it looks like. Huh. I thought there was more. Well, alright then. At least according to the wiki, that's all we got right now. In that case, I guess we will see about maybe Aguaya. Let's take a look and see if there's anybody current. No. Let's see what this wait. More than 30 minutes, so not likely from there. the party finder. Recruit. Use alliance, right? Hang on, just double check. Yeah, 3 parties. Where's my party finder? What the? Oh, here it is. Why wasn't it showing on the under all? Oh, it's because it's probably second page for some reason. Okay. Well then, let's have a look also at our journal. Okay, no, that's the only thing we've got going right now. Look around. We'll hop around maps, see if there's any other plus quests that we've missed. Sparks of Joy to catch a merchant. Those are level 90. Switch to ninja. Because if they give XP, then at least you'll be actually getting the XP. Nobly is eager to put a stop to the pernicious peddler's malevolent schemes. Every moment we leave that peddler to his own devices is another opportunity for some unsuspecting traveler to be hoodwinked. We need to figure out where he's been and where he may go next. I'll ask around in Huachunpelo if anyone else has had similar run-ins with disreputable merchants. In the meantime, I'd like you to find the scoundrel and keep him in your sights by whatever means necessary. We can't have him leaving before we've had the chance to settle this matter, after all. I expect he's still in Urkopacha, visiting the markets to use his ill-gotten pel to stock up for his return to Eorzea. Like as not, he's inspecting the stalls at Ikuvlo's Inn, ask after a Lalafell by the name of Gigimolu, but be discreet. Once you've found him, try to keep him occupied for as long as you can. Okay. Sure. Gigimolu. Ah, well, this is a pleasant surprise. To think we would meet again here of all places. You do recognize me, don't you? The merchant you spoke with on the ship to Tuliola? I neglected to impart my name to you at the time, but I shall happily rectify that now. Gigimolu, at your service. Since my arrival on this continent, I must say business has been booming. I'll spare you the details of my most recent transaction, but suffice it to say, I earned quite a handsome sum from a most generous young merchant. Truly makes the lengthy voyage here feel well worth the trouble. All that remains before I return to Eorzea is to purchase some commodities. Alas, ever since I've felt the soothing waters of Panakpalu retreat on my skin, I can think of little else. The mere mention of it has stirred my yearning to avail myself of those hot springs once more. It was a pleasure to meet you again, my friend, but I must be going. Farewell! I'm not supposed to let him out of my sight. Why did you just let him run off? Come on. At least he told us where he was going. Oh, it's you again. Did you follow me here? Oh, perhaps you too have succumbed to the allure of these hot springs. The water is the perfect temperature and the view ravishing. All my worries seem to just melt away. Though I suppose I've also Kavli to thank for that. He's been the perfect attendant, taking care of my every need. I am surprised you're still listening to me ramble on. If I didn't know better, I might think you came to not to enjoy these springs, but to speak with me. Gigimolu is growing suspicious of you. Perhaps it would be best to speak with Kavli instead. Alright. Gigimolu truly did such an awful thing? I had no idea. He only recently began to visit these springs and hired me to take care of odds and ends for him during his sojourns. I took him to be quite the affluent individual, the way he carries himself. My heart goes out to poor Nopli, but as a Pelu, I am quite intrigued by Gigimolu's trading practices. Allow me to explain. Many years ago, we Pelu were looked down upon by the other peoples of Tural, both figuratively and literally, due to our diminutive stature. Chagrined, it is said that our ancestors decided to start wearing masks made of in the image of the most powerful Tural Vidral, Valigarmanda, in order to strike fear into the hearts of all who looked upon them. Today, however, the meaning of the masks has changed. After becoming peddlers at the Dawn Servant's suggestion, the masks have come to symbolize fair transactions. Indeed, they are now proof of our reputability. Instead of focusing solely on our own profit, we endeavored to make every trade mutually satisfactory. Countless years of doing so has earned us the respect of those around us. We now very rarely experience any belittlement. Also, just You're saying those masks are meant to look like Valigarmanda and strike fear into the hearts of people? Or did you make a adjustment to the mask to make it not so menacing? Because I gotta say, man, from the first time I seen you guys in your masks, they look like ducks. They don't look menacing at all. It looks like a duck bill sticking out of the front of your face. It looks adorable and not at all menacing. Yet it seems Gigimolu wishes only to fill his own coffers, even at the expense of those with whom he does business. It's a shame. After what he's done, no Turali will wish to barter with him again, no matter what quality of import he has at hand. I will keep a close watch on him from now on. I don't want to see anyone else swindled out of their hard-earned pell. Though given his present euphoria, I doubt he'll be doing anything of the sort anytime soon. That said, I'm sure Nopli must be anxious to hear from you. I have matters here well in hand. Why don't you return to him? All right. Got him cornered at the hot springs. What? You met Gigimolu during your voyage to Tural? What a small world. In any case, thank you for lending your assistance once again, Genosia. It's reassuring to know Kavli will be keeping careful watch of him. As for my investigation here, it seems I'm presently Gigimolu's only victim. But I fear I won't be the last. There's no telling what underhanded tricks he'll use to procure those wares you spoke of. And I refuse to let him besmirch all that it means to be a merchant. I have a plan, but I'm going to need your help. Finding bait. I'd like your opinion on something, Genosia. Should word spread of Gigimolu's underhanded practices, it won't be long before there's not a soul in all of Tural willing to deal with him. How do you feel about that? It's only natural? Indeed. Yet I would be disappointed by such a conclusion. After all, we'd lose one of the few merchants willing to voyage across the seas to do business with us. If he is to maintain a potential trading partner in the years to come, he needs to be made to see the error of his ways. I suspect a few words of warning will do little, however. He needs to be taught a proper lesson, to feel the sting of being swindled for himself. And we shall make sure that he does, the Pelu Pelu way. First, we'll need an alluring piece of merchandise to serve as bait. Hailing from across the salt yourself, I can think of none better suited to finding something that might garner his interest. Have a look about and see what local specialties we have to offer. I should like to know if anything catches your eye. Nopli? I don't know if you know this, but no matter where you're from, people are people and they have their own separate interests. There's no, like, just because we're both from the same continent, which is a huge continent, doesn't mean I know what he'd be interested in. There is a vast number of different cultures, different countries, different peoples. Who knows what would catch his eye? Something rare? I can think of nothing better than coffee plants. They'd surely fetch a handsome price, seeing as you most likely can't find them where you're from. Oh, so you can find them there? Well, in that case, I'd like to try your coffee for myself. This guy thinks he's the only one who's got coffee. A local specialty that's on the rarer side. How about the popatos being sold at the distillery? It's one of the new vegetables that can be cultivated at these altitudes. We've got popatos. Oh, you already have popatos aplenty in Eorzea. Well, I'll be. If they're popular across the salt as well, I couldn't be prouder. Uh-huh. They think they're the only peoples that got popatos. If it's for a merchant, they might be interested in our traditional dolls. They're believed to be good luck for business. I carry one around myself, as it so happens. Whether or not someone unaware of its origin and significance will truly appreciate it is another question entirely. Look at that. Glittering golden alpaca. So sparkling. If you're looking for something out of the ordinary, I'd have to recommend an Uolan bristle hairbrush. They're good to keep the alpacas free of fleas, and they help prevent skin conditions, among other things. And while you'd expect them to turn and spit on anyone tugging on their hair, the alpacas seem to enjoy the grooming. It's a simple way to help keep them healthy and happy. People can use the brushes too, obviously. The Uolan bristles help distribute natural scalp oils and strip the hair of leftover dead strands to promote a healthy scalp. It's surprisingly gentle on the skin too, so it's little wonder they've grown so popular. Popatos and coffee plants do not seem like bait enticing enough to draw Gigimolu's interest. The doll and hairbrush, on the other hand, may just be tantalizing enough. Report back to Nopli and inform him of your findings. I would think the doll would be the best one. Brush sounds nice, useful. With the doll, you could spin a tale of how it will make you a super successful merchant, renowned throughout the lands. You can really snake oil it up. You are returned. I take it you found an item or two of interest? Yeah, a couple. I see. A New Orleans bristle hairbrush and one of our traditional dolls. I must admit, whether such a doll would truly be desirable to an outsider is a bit dubious. I think it'd be safe to go with the hairbrush. My thanks for finding a suitable bait. Okay. Normally, they go for 1 pel in the 10,000 column, but to teach our pernicious peddler a lesson, I'll offer him one for 1 pel in the 100,000s column. Lest you worry, I won't actually sell it to him. I'm just giving him a taste of his own medicine, so he can come to understand why a fair and honest deal is so important to a Pelu Pelu. More importantly, I wish to convey something to him, merchant to merchant. So what do you say? Will you lend me your aid? Sure. Thank you. Let's give Gigimolu an offer he can't refuse. All that remains is for me to begin my negotiations with Gigimolu. However, even should I approach him, I expect he wouldn't be willing to bend an ear to anything I have to say. But if you, a fellow Eorzean, were to whisper in his ear of a merchant dealing in exotic wares he won't find elsewhere, I dare say his interest will be piqued. I expect he's still soaking in the spring, so try searching for him first at Panakpelu Retreat. I will join you after procuring a suitable store of hairbrushes. Alright. Dikimalu. Ah, it is you again. I take it you two are unable to resist the allure of these waters. I see. And you wish to introduce me to this merchant of exotic wares? How thoughtful of you. I'm honestly surprised you remembered that I've yet to find suitable goods to take back to Eorzea. Very well, I shall meet this merchant. But I can hardly sit at the negotiating table in little more than a bathing towel. Pray wait for me below while I make myself presentable. In the following sequence, you'll be tasked with supporting Nopli's negotiations with Kikimolu. As the negotiations may take several minutes, you may wish to cancel any pending. It's going to take more than several minutes to get another 22 people together. So. Thank you for waiting. Now, where is this merchant you wish to introduce me to? Right here. Nopli? I see. So you two were in cahoots. If you come to return the corrupted crystals, I'm afraid I do not accept refunds. Didn't Genossia tell you I'm here to make you an offer? Make me an offer? Ha! I wasn't born yesterday. Whatever it is you're planning, I want nothing to do with it. Also, man, you are really good at recognizing people. When this Nopli shows up, you immediately recognize them. The Pelu Pelu strive to bring others happiness through trade. Hogwash! You really expect me to believe I could benefit from another deal with him? This is not only for your benefit, but that of new customers you're certain to meet in future commercial endeavors. Upon my mask, I swear it. You can swear upon whatever you like. I still won't believe you. The only thing I trust less than your word is your meager eye for quality. Any product selected by your hand is one unworthy of my stalls. Wow. You won't at least hear him out? No, I will not. The rash fool bought my entire stock of corrupted crystals without a second thought. How... How could I put any faith in such utter lack of discernment? I picked it out myself. I did. You selected it? Well, now that changes things. Considering your wealth of experience in both Eorzea and Terral, yours are eyes I can trust. I see we have your attention. Then, without further ado, allow me to present to you my premium selection of high-quality alpaca hairbrushes. The bristles are firm yet supple, gentle on the skin, and exceedingly pleasant to the touch. Even the most sensitive alpacas can't get enough of it. Indeed, I dare say these brushes are of unparalleled quality. We already have brushes for livestock in Eorzea. Furthermore, the market for such a commodity would be limited to farmers, all but squandering any chance to profit. I will not purchase a product merely because it is of good quality. What if you could use it on your own hair? People can use it too. I must admit, as a merchant, it is important to always make oneself as personable as possible. Yet I am confused as to why you would ask. Ah, so people can use the brush as well. Then may I try it for myself? If it is a quality product for men and women of good taste, then the potential market would expand considerably. Indeed. That sounded like scraping. Oh my! This is quite lovely! The way the bristles gently caress my scalp. Gently. Just so gently across my scalp. Each stroke gliding through my hair like a gentle breeze. And somehow every strand falls perfectly into place. My hair has never felt so soft and smooth. Yes, consider me interested. I dare say the brushes will sell themselves to those with a like-minded taste for elegance. Now, let us discuss payment. By my estimation, a single brush would be worth roughly 10,000 pel, give or take. Ah, speaking of worth, I forgot to mention one terribly important detail. The brushes are made with the hair of a creature indigenous to Tyrol, the Uolan. Specimens are painstakingly chosen for each brush by a master craftsman, paying close attention to the beast's age as well as the texture, thickness, and strength of the hair. I'd say a single brush is worth no less than 2 pel in the 100,000s column. Ha! I beg your pardon? 200,000 pel for a brush? You must be out of your mind. I shall take my business elsewhere. Wait! After purchasing the corrupted crystals from you, I'm in urgent need of funds. If you agree not to disclose this to anyone else, I'm willing to sell the brushes to you for half that price. You'd go so far as to offer them at half their market price. And it... What? Huh? What the... What do you mean lost connection to the server? Well, yeah, no duh, it wasn't properly logged out. You booted me from the server. What the heck? What happened? Crusty character. What? Crusty? Who's Crusty? Currently congested, huh? Now we gotta get through all that dialogue again. What is this? I will not do business with them. They wouldn't give me fair business. Not after how I swindled them. Also, I don't trust them to be discerning because they bought the whole stock of corrupted crystals. Yep, I selected it though. Well, maybe. But a farmer's tool, you could use it on your ear. It's not just for animals. 'Tis a brush of high quality. That sounds like metal scraping across concrete, not a brush brushing through hair smoothly and gently. Yes, consider me sold. I'll take it for 10,000. Oh, no. 200,000. What? That's insanely priced. No. How about half price? Go so far as to offer them at half their market price, and it certainly comes as no surprise that you lack capital. I may not find a more opportune bargain. Very well, you have yourself a deal. I shall use all the pell I have on hand to purchase as many brushes as you can offer. Yes. Just got one person. Now then, let us return to my storehouse in Wachinpelo to finalize our transaction. I trust that is fine with you, Gigimolo? Indeed, I shall make a short detour to Ikuvlo's Inn to gather my things before joining you. Pray excuse me. Looking at the chat box and I see people saying like, still 3 offline, let's give people a minute to reconnect, back after a minute of DDoSing, got 4 offline here, stuff like that. So I guess it was definitely a server issue. Whew. The negotiations went rather well, if I do say so myself. I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. But now the negotiations can truly begin. We should hurry back to Wachinpelo as well. There you are, Genosia. Now that we're all assembled, let's continue our discussion. What is there to discuss? The deal's already agreed upon. All that remains is the exchange of goods. Are you sure? Even if I told you that the actual value of a brush is a single pell in the 10,000s column? What? You deceived me? Oh no, nothing of the sort. I merely followed your example. I do personally believe that a single brush is worth 2 pell in the 100,000s column, I also urgently need funds after purchasing those crystals, but more importantly, the brushes are of unparalleled quality. To think I would be outfoxed by the man I took for a fool. Yet, why tell me its true value now? Had you remained silent, you could have made back all the money you lost. I find that a strange question. Are we not both merchants? Rather than prey on one another, hoping to make our fortunes in a single exchange, would it not be mutually beneficial for us in the long term to become trade partners? As far as I'm concerned, this is a chance I can't afford to let slip away. Foreign merchants willing to sail all the way to Tyrol are few and far between, and I certainly won't have the wherewithal to travel to Eorzea myself anytime soon. After all I've done, you would ask to be my trade partner? I ply my trade in a city called Ul'dah, where the unspoken rule of business is to deceive or be deceived, to seize what opportunities you can and quickly move on. Long-term profits have ever been the furthest thing from my mind. When I first saw you, Nopli, I could sense your naivety. Thus did I approach you with a mind to exploit it, and pawned my worthless corrupted crystals into your eager hands. At the time, I thought it simply business as usual. And yet, I am wholly embarrassed by the thought of it now. That you would use the same ploy against me, and for even greater profit, makes it all the more shameful. Nopli, I am truly sorry for deceiving you. I shall return all the money I took from you and make what amends I can for the trouble I've caused. I do not deserve your forgiveness, let alone your partnership, but if you're certain that is the best course. I am! But forget about the money. I'd like you to bring back more of those corrupted crystals. If I can find some use for them, we'll have a product that can be easily sold for a premium, and we can corner the market here in Tyrol. I am happy to oblige, but until such time as that the crystals become profitable here, I could not proceed in good conscience without a product we can both benefit from. If it please you, I'd like to explore our options. Yeah. Facilitating good business deals. I couldn't have convinced Gigimolu without your help, Jeuno. Together, I believe he and I can bring others happiness through trade in not only Tyrol, but Eorzea and beyond. I've prepared a small gift for you to show my thanks. Though it is hardly enough, I hope this is of some benefit to you during your travels. And if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to find me. Right. Go. But also, I need to go get some more water, because I'll run all out. So I will be right back. sparks of joy.
Well met, Jeuno. I am honored that you would return to speak with me again. Would you tell me more of your life as an adventurer?
You could say I'm a jack of all trades.
I see. So you travel far and wide, aiding others in myriad ways, and in so doing earn your keep. I know of someone that might benefit from such assistance, a craftsman in urgent need of a particular material. The sites replete with this resource are overrun with fiery fiends, and those ill-equipped to defend themselves dare not brave them. Surely even I could be of some use in that regard. But how would a true adventurer present themselves to a potential client? Again, I must request a demonstration, provided you are willing and able.
Of course.
I am much obliged to you, Jeuno. The craftsman of whom I speak plies his trade in the southeast of our village. Let us pray he will be amenable to an arrangement.
Yeah, see, the adventurer, we introduce ourselves like this. Lolly-ho! Yeah. And we go, woo! Yeah! And of course, a true gentleman does the Manderville. A true Manderville man.
Yeah. Sprint. So this is the adventurer showing my old friend the ropes, eh? If you're willing to fetch me materials, I'd be more than happy to pay for them. What I need is Narior obsidian. The more, the better. To be clear, this is my trial to undertake. You need only point me in the right direction, and I shall do the rest. Once you are ready to proceed, meet me at Naryorgorna.
Alright. Look at those icy mountains. That person just flew in on a tank. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm just picking him up. I thought you said this was your trial. And I just had to point you in the right direction. He's not doing anything. He's just standing there. Ridiculous.
Have you managed to find the obsidian?
Yeah, it's right here.
How captivating its ebon luster. These pieces are of superior quality. From watching you, I have learned the importance of carefully inspecting one's surroundings. Now it is time for me to put your teachings to the proof. In the meantime, I ask that you return to Warlord's Echo and let our client know I have this matter well in hand.
Alright. Hey, Craftsman. So I just had to get him 3 of them, and then he'll gather more. Fine, at least he's doing something.
Welcome back. Judging by Murphyler's conspicuous absence, I presume he no longer needs your direct supervision. You may not know this, but Nile obsidian is of historical importance to the Yokoi. When our people still ruled the continent, it was valued for the ease with which it could be knapped into razor-sharp weaponry, arrows, daggers, and the like. While it was our size and strength that enabled us to dominate the other peoples of Tural, tools like these were indispensable as well. How ironic that once we had subjugated the so-called lesser races, we would so readily avail ourselves of their metalworks instead. Thus was obsidian weaponry rendered a relic of the past, and the material relegated to accoutrement, for which our village is now known. Forgive the interruption, but I have returned. I hope this will be enough for your purposes.
3 bags full.
You hope? This is a tremendous amount, and all of exceptional quality, no less. You've brought me a supply that will last for many moons to come. Please accept this payment as your reward. I've added a little extra as a token of my gratitude. Divide it as you see fit. You have my deepest thanks. Perhaps I was too enthusiastic in my efforts. While he did seem appreciative, I realize now it was far more than a craftsman working alone could possibly require. As I doubt he will have need of my services for the foreseeable future, I must seek out other clients if I am to make a living. Yet I am hard-pressed to think of any other prospects in the village. Ah, but of course, this is why you travel, to meet new people and find new opportunities. Then let us move on. This experience, too, has been enlightening, and besides, I still need to give you your share.
See, now this guy, he asked me to help him, and then he does a bunch of work, and I'm not just doing everything for everybody.
Shanasia, it has been a delight to learn your trade from you. Rewarding, too, to discover that the mere gathering of stone can be enough to spark joy in others. After today, I can say that aiding others has given me a newfound sense of fulfillment. Alas, opportunities to do so may...
You have got to be kidding me. Well, yeah, come on! Display of character information has been simplified. Please use the retrieve character data subcommand if you are re-editing your character's opinion. So what is going on?
Bruh. Go to the Ether server, they said. You'll have an easier time getting people to join your party, they said. And look what happens. Server outages, congested servers, queuing up. Still nobody joining my party. Oh, really? Why are people DDoSing Final Fantasy XIV? That seems pretty ridiculous to me. Especially, like, it's not even like a big popular time to be hopping onto FF14. It's just a normal day. I don't think a patch dropped this week. At least not a big one. Certainly no expansions.
After today, I can say that aiding others has given me a newfound sense of fulfillment. Alas, opportunities to do so may be lacking here in Warler's Echo. After I've had some time to put my thoughts in order, I would be honored if you would advise me on my next course of action.
Sure.
Greetings, Jeuno. I seek a new venture through which I may use my martial prowess to aid others, but the fact remains that I am unlikely to find one in this village. It seems I have no choice but to beg the boon of your wisdom once more. Have you any ideas?
Try asking around in another village?
Our closest neighbors are the Pelu Pelu of Wachinpelo. Yes, perhaps the little ones would have need of a protector. Come to think of it, there are no few traveling Pelu Pelu merchants who employ bodyguards to defend them from beasts and bandits. However, I am unaccustomed to dealing with their kind, and lack the confidence to approach them, especially given my unfamiliarity with this profession. Therefore, while it pains me to impose upon your goodwill once more, would you be willing to train me in the ways of the bodyguard? If so, I ask that you join me outside the village, on the path to the Shades of Grief. I thank you for joining me. Now, while I am no stranger to battle, I have only ever guarded a sanctum, not an individual. Therefore, I propose that you act as my bodyguard, that I may learn from your example. We will together travel this road to the Shades of Grief. At one time, before the coming of the Sky Ruin, It was our ancestral home. I should like to climb to its zenith and get a good look at the surrounding ruins. But be warned, these days it is home to many ravenous beasts.
What guarding entails. Certain duties require that you escort an NPC to a designated location while guarding them from enemy attacks. Should you stray too far from the NPC or they are attacked, they will stop moving. The escort attempt will fail if the NPC is incapacitated. You stray too far from them, or you change areas. In the event of failure, you may return to the starting point and try again.
Hang on, I gotta re-up my thing. Did that? Yeah, that refreshed it. Cool. Relegated to page 2, though. Look at all these ultimates and extremes and savages just left and right. I mean, look. Y'all have 3 different M2 savages. Pulling up. All for practice. I think you could certainly bunch those into just 2. Combine your efforts. Then you got M4, 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 M4. There's just 4 of them. Alexander. There's 4 of those. Wait, no, 5? 5 Alexander Ultimates? Like... Hey! Alright. Murfurler, the Just. What did you say? You said something.
Positioning is spot on.
You mean me just walking towards your goal and you slowly following me?
Watch out, there's a long john. I'll protect you.
Allow me to learn from your example.
No. Yeah, one of the people that joined the party said, because I said, doing alright despite the DDoSes. And they're like, yeah, they've been rough. It happened to this person mid-near raid and everyone crashed and died. Dang, dude. Event canceled. What?
For this exercise, I cannot assist you.
Well, you could step out of the AoEs. Murfurler. My goodness.
Allow me to learn from your example.
You should learn to step out of the yellow circle.
Behold these forlorn ruins, abandoned for years upon years. There is much I would recount to you, but it is unsafe here. Let us venture instead to the cliffside. It is unsafe here. That's why we stopped here, so I could tell you about the ruins for a minute. But now let's move to somewhere a little bit safer.
Still follow me? Good. Are you sure about that?
You have lost sight of Murferlur. Retrace your steps to find him, then escort him safely to the Shades of Grief.
He's right behind me. He's right there. He was like 2 steps out of frame when I interacted with this destination.
You survey the area, but there are no immediate or imminent threats, as far as you can see.
Alright, Murferlur, you didn't have to teleport 2 feet to your left.
There are a great many elements to consider. Maintaining awareness of my client and our surroundings, particularly potential avenues of attack, all while keeping a brisk pace. In contrast, standing watch over frozen Vidral was far less complicated. Perhaps you wonder why I chose this place for our destination.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, I guess, but then the whole world froze. So that's because nobody cares about Final Fantasy XI enough to DDoS it. What the? What the? It just completely shut down? What? Hey! FF14. Hey! Gotta completely relaunch the game.
There's currently in a data center different from your home world.
Yeah, I know. I'm there intentionally.
You are not properly logged out, or is currently logged in on on another client.
No, the server just crashed. It's not my fault. Yeah. True, but we also don't have boss fights that take like 8 hours to get through. Land lot. Uh-huh. $256 in queue. 159. There, we are back, finally back in. I just trying to help this Yokoi learn how to be a bodyguard.
There are a great many elements to consider. Perhaps you wonder why I chose this place for our destination. Look below. The Pelu Pelu village is within sight. Our homes were once connected by a mountain road when we were their oppressors. Until Galul Jaja put an end to the practice, we demanded yearly tribute, and in exchange granted them our protection. The elder Pelu Pelu have not forgotten. The memory of my kin is towering tyrants haunts, or as towering tyrants haunts them still. Times have changed, and now we treat with the Pelu Pelu as equals. I hope to one day live on in their memories as a gentle guardian. But... forgive me. My idle musings are of no moment. Let us return to Warlord's Echo.
We're going all the way. Didn't you want to go to the Wachpelo and Wachun Pelo and become a bodyguard for some of the people there? We were like halfway there already.
I'm in your debt, Junasia. You have helped me explore a potential life's calling as a bodyguard. As a Yokoi warrior, I have the power to show the Pelu Pelu that we are not our ancestors, that we can offer them peace and protection as equals, not conquerors. I only hope they will prove amenable. That said, I cannot begin to pursue this goal until such time as I find a client. That search begins now.
We were halfway there. And you could have just walked on down and looked for a client. But instead you came all the way back to the Echo here.
Junasia, it is time I formally offered my services. And if it is not too much to ask, I would like you to bear witness. While the Pelu Pelu who visit Warlord's Echo do so primarily to sell their wares to us, we sometimes see fishers passing through on their way to Carvarher the First. Regardless of their trade, surely there is at least one who will have need of my protection. Come, Jeuno, let us ask around.
Around here. Well, I guess you might be more likely to find a Pelupelu that would ask for a Yokoi bodyguard here in Warlord's Echo if they're already visiting here. And they have no reservations about the Yokoi.
I take it you're friends with this man. He just offered to be my bodyguard, and, well, I agreed without a moment's hesitation. Truth be told, I've always wanted to hire a Yokoi warrior, but was afraid the mere suggestion would cause them to laugh in my face. Nothing would delight me more than to visit Carvarher the First and fish my fill, but the place attracts a lot of mangy monsters. How am I to get my bites if I'm worried about something taking a bite out of me, eh? Ooh, I can't wait to see how it goes. Come, let's get to it.
I've heard that the unstable energy surrounding the lake seems to attract dangerous plant-like creatures. As this is my first bodyguard commission, would you join me? If I fall short in my duty, I should take comfort in the knowledge that you can defend the fisher in my stead.
Sure. Way over there.
The tunnel.
Banana Pons cake.
There you are. As you can see, I have already dispatched one threat. It seemed strangely aggressive. Perhaps I am overthinking it, but caution may be warranted. While the fisher and I lead the way, I ask that you watch our backs.
Alright. There we are. Marble seedling? You note the presence of a marble seedling, yet see no sign of the creature that spawned it. Help! A cry from the Pelupelu fisherman rings out from the west. The silence which follows bodes ill. Oh no! That's a giant marble. Bam, bam. Bam.
Forgive me. It seems this task was too great for me alone. I sensed the beasts here had been affected by the energy of this place, but did not anticipate that it might also see them grow to such a prodigious size. But that is nothing more than an excuse. I failed my client, and am unfit to be a bodyguard.
Hey now, don't be ridiculous. You were so committed to protect me that you didn't have a chance to fight back, that's all. Especially not after that nasty blow you took. As far as I'm concerned, you did exactly as promised. You kept me safe. That's exactly what I would expect from a bodyguard.
I suppose it is a matter of perspective. How would you evaluate me, Jeuno?
If the client calls it a success, I'm not gonna argue. You heard the woman. Sure, there's always room for improvement, but overall, it's a passing mark. Now then, with that brood out of commission, we ought to enjoy some peace and quiet for a while, yes? That settles it. I can't afford to let this opportunity slip off the hook. I'm going to fill my bucket while I still can.
Even after that harrowing experience, you remain undeterred. You've a strength of will that rivals that of any Yakoi.
Woo! See, what did I tell you? Feast your eyes on this hearty haul. When it comes to fishing, being able to concentrate makes all the difference. And I owe it to the two of you for standing watch. Now to drag my bucket back to Warler's Echo. At least I can teleport back. Don't have to make that long trek a second time.
I see you have returned. Though I made a fool of myself, you stepped in to pick up the slack, and for that, I must thank you. I shall reflect on this experience and use what I've learned to sharpen my skills. Doubtless, it would not inspire much confidence in my future clients, in my future clients, were they to see me falter as I did today.
That's the spirit, big fellow. You know, most of us grew up hearing the old stories that the Yakoi are as dangerous as they look, and a people to be feared. But you, my friend, you put your life on the line to protect mine, and that's a story I intend to share with my entire village. They'll see that you folks aren't so scary after all, and if they ever need a gentle giant to protect them, they should ask for Murphalur.
Jeuno, I know not what twist of fate led you to me, but I am grateful, not just for today, but everything you have done to help me. In hearing that fisherman's words, I realized the true reason I felt compelled to relinquish my post as Temple Guardian. A great honor though it was, deep down I yearned to protect not a place, but the people. The living who have yet to finish their stories and be enshrined in memory. Rest assured, your efforts to teach me will not go to waste. Henceforth, I am Murphalur the Defender,
and I will do everything in my power to build a relationship of trust with our good neighbors, the Pelu Pelu.
Yippee! Yay! And there's still more. Brains and brawn.
We meet again, Jeuno. The occasion calls to mind a question I had been meaning to ask you. Do you recall the fisher who said he would sing my praises to his people? Rather than wait for his words to bring new clients to me, I want to take the initiative and travel to Huachupelo to sell my services. However, I am aware many Pelu Pelu are still intimidated by my kind. You wouldn't happen to know any there who could use a bodyguard? One with whom you may have worked before? A merchant named Nopli, you say? Perhaps you could make the journey to Huachupelo and speak to him on my behalf. I do not mean to suggest you will be going alone. I shall descend the cliff and wait for you just outside the village, so as not to cause a disturbance.
Alright. I'll head on over right now. Hey, Nopli. Would you like a bodyguard? Well, if it isn't Junasia, thanks again for helping me work things out with Kikimolu. As for those corrupted crystals, I've stored them in a warded pot to contain their chaotic energies. The good news is, I think I know just how to put them to use. Right, enough about me. Is there something I can do for you? Merfurler the Defender? Of course I've heard of him. He's the Yokoi who saved one of our fishermen, right? Everyone has been talking about it. I would love to make his acquaintance. In fact, I might even have a job for him. How soon can we meet? How about, like, 2 minutes? What do you mean? He came down the cliff? Wow, these Yokoi are something else. In any case, if he's nearby, then now is as good a time as any. Real quick.
I see you have brought your friend, Nopli, was it? I thank you for the introduction. Nopli, I'm told you are a merchant by trade. If you should have need of a bodyguard, I would gladly offer my services.
Hi there, Merfurler. You know, I'd heard the rumors, but now that I've seen you in the flesh, I can tell you're every bit as stalwart as they say. This might just be a golden opportunity for us both. You see, I want to make a deal with the folks at Cherwager Salter. Thing is, the Cherwager are infamous for bullying the weak into buying their salt at outrageous prices. The word no tends to invite vicious neck throttling, or so it is strongly intimidated. But hey, I like a good challenge. And as long as you have my back, I'm sure I needn't fear for my neck, right? So follow me.
With your help, it seems I have already secured another commission. Yet I must confess a feeling of unease. The Cherwager cling to the glory of the old days, when the Yokoi ruled over all. In their eyes,
to wield violence and take that which they covet is right and true. Regardless, I shall do whatever it takes to keep Nopli safe.
Actually, yeah. It'd be faster to teleport to World War Secto and then fly over. Hello, Nopli. No need to be cowering in fear. I just wanted to barter. What offense is there in that?
Greedy tongue this one has. The divine blessing is not for him. Surrender coin and be gone.
By divine blessing, they refer to their salt. And Nopli is in no position to bargain. The best course may be to retreat.
You would ask your client to abandon his hopes?
No. I see now. My duty is not only to ensure his safety, but to ensure his success as well. Yes, I know what must be done.
I am he who is named Murperer. Any who lay hands upon this Pelu shall suffer the same violence tenfold.
Murperer? The Temple Guardian? Slayer of many monsters? His stories all know.
And that one is friend to Wuklamat, who bested Valigarmonda on holy ground.
Terribly sorry about this. I didn't mean to pressure anyone. Let's see if we can negotiate an agreement, and if not, the three of us will be on our way before you know it. Of course, I wouldn't waste your time if I wasn't confident I could offer something worth your while. As we all know, the flames of Valigarmanda linger on in these parts, yes? Well, I have to imagine all that everlasting fire would have less than desirable effects on your crops and livestock. That's why you're forced to sell your salt at such high prices, right? You have to make a living somehow. But what if I told you I could offer you these corrupted crystals, imported from distant Eorzea to solve your woes? These crystals have the ability to change the elemental aspect of natural energies. By constructing a series of converters, you could turn those undying flames into nutrients for the soil, and all sorts of other wonderful things. The possibilities are endless.
You offer miracle crystals for salt. Words of gold hide black intent.
Any merchant who wears this mask is sworn to uphold the peddler's code of honor. We Pelu pride ourselves on spreading joy through trade.
This little trader protects his reputation with the same ferocity as you who protect the Holy Lands. I see his truth and heed his words.
Corrupted crystals turn fire to earth, fill soil with life and Orcopacha with green. False promises all, Little one offers nothing for divine blessing. Begone!
No, wait. Come back. Huh.
I will trust and trade divine blessing for your crystal.
Huh. Shock. Like gasp.
You cannot tell Cherwagar apart, but we met before. With Vorpolor. Wuklamat saved me from Mountain Bird.
Duh. Flashback.
I remember her, and our debt. The traitor speaks wisdom too. He is worthy. My kin, they are slow to change. Proud and afraid, but not forever. With time comes truth and proof and trust.
Yeah! And once he shows that it works and spreads the word, and then trade will flow.
Of all your many connections forged here in Tyrol, I never dreamed one of them would be with a Cherwagar. Now then, we probably shouldn't wear out our welcome. Let's return to Warler's Echo.
Indeed.
That, didn't go as well as I'd hoped. I only managed to trade one measly crystal for a fistful of salt. But if we look on the bright side, it was a small yet crucial step towards building a trade relationship with Cherwagar Sultan. And to me, that's the biggest, wildest success I could have ever hoped for. Next step, stock up on all kinds of corrupted crystals from Gigimolu, then try my hand at building an elemental converter. I just know I can find a market for these things one way or another. Plus, once the Cherwagar see actual results, they're sure to come around. Yes, this is all thanks to you, Gymnasia, and your seemingly endless cavalcade of acquaintances. Oh, you don't even know the half of it. Anywhere you go in the current world map, I know someone in power. Last but certainly not least, I'm grateful you were there to protect me, Murphyler. Meeting them in person was a lot scarier than I thought it would be. And, well, were it not for you, I might have lost my nerve completely.
Likewise, I was moved by your impassioned pitch. As a bodyguard, it was an honor to support such noble aspirations.
Gah, you're making me blush! Anyway, I dare say I'll have plenty more work to offer you in the coming days. Assuming you're up for it, of course.
Junasia, it was you who gave me the confidence to pursue a new line of work. And for that, I will always carry your memory in my heart. I pray you carry mine in yours, wheresoever your journey takes you.
And that unlocks the Frosty Neighbors, probably Handland. Questy bit for this area. Yeah, of the hand specifically, not land. Just crafting. check out Kusamuka. Nothing really here, other than I guess we could go to the Dock Poga and do a couple daily quests. For our ninja. Sack full of memories, even though they weren't so great. The travel agency is planning to add Okanu souvenirs and mementos to our store shelves. We'll take but a small operating fee, of course, while the bulk of the profits will be funneled back to the local artisans. The wares in question will all be items the Hanu craft on a daily basis. We thought such goods would make the perfect keepsakes, and so negotiated a deal to sell them directly to our customers. We're expecting a new batch at any moment. As a matter of fact, would you mind visiting one of our industrious artisans and picking up the next delivery? Ferocious foliage, fearful tourists. It's heartening to see Dock Poga so vibrant and bustling. The increased traffic has drawn some unwanted visitors. We're facing an infestation of Uouts. If we're to protect our customers from those roving seedkin, we'll need to routinely thin their numbers. I'd appreciate the assistance of our special advisor in this matter. Sightings have been reported in the stride of the sun. Please survey the area and deal with any Uouts that emerge. Community outreach in Kozanuaki. It is heartening to see our staff taking to their work with such aplomb. Nonetheless, I'm concerned as to whether the locals are coping with the change. After all, the Tirali Travel Agency is the nation's first homegrown tourist enterprise. I'm sure there are those who have their misgivings, no matter how open-minded they appear. I don't suppose you'd be willing to inquire on my behalf? There's a Hanu priest in Kozanuaki I'd like you to speak with. I wish to hear his opinion about our enterprise. Scavenging out. Industrious artisan.
Can I assume you've come to collect the souvenirs? I want to impress the agency's customers with the quality of our craft, so I've been working doubly hard to ensure everything is perfect. Here, please, hurry this shipment back to Ubli.
Sure thing. First, we gotta hop over to Kozanuaki. Speak with a priest.
Hello there. How can I be of assistance? You seek my thoughts on the matter of tourism. When Liplu initially outlined her plans, it struck me as a wonderful experiment, so to speak. But as with all experiments, the experiment comes with a degree of anxiety. What kind of visitors can we expect? How will the community weather the change? Such are our concerns.
Okay. That's it. Just had to ask them about their concerns and then relay that information. Piece of cake.
You have the new batch of souvenirs?
Right here.
Ah, excellent. Thank you very much. In case you were curious, this time the sack was filled with shawls made from the same breathable fabric worn by the Hanu. They're quite fashionable, if you ask me. Thank you again for your help. If past experience is anything to go by, these will soon sell out as well. So I'd appreciate any time you can spare for these delivery runs.
Delicious foliage, fearful tourists.
Thank you for dealing with the seedkin. For the time being, our customers need not fear their predations. In fact, we've just taken delivery of an extract known to ward off Uauts and their ilk, and plan to spread the repellent in the area as an additional precaution. That said, such measures are by no means permanent. When the creatures return, I hope I can count on your help again.
Of course, another 2 million XP.
Welcome back! What you glean from the priest?
They just have concerns about like what kind of visitors will be drawn to this place.
Ah, so he has his concerns about the type of travelers who might visit the region. In that case, we ought to let the Hanu know we thoroughly screen customers as part of our booking process. That should help dispel any misgivings. Either way, we must make sure the Hanu can reflect back and be thankful they supported us from the outset. I hope you continue to do your part too.
Liplu? Hang on, real quick. I need to go to the bathroom real quick. BRB.
I'm back. I'm back. There we go. Sleep through. Concerned with a spy, or you spy, a determined glint in Liplu's eyes. Gymnasia, so good to see you again. Thanks to you, the Turali travel agency is almost ready to open for business. Though, truth be told, we've already taken our first booking, and so soon after we started promoting our services in Tuliolal. A momentous occasion indeed. Our first customer is a Hitsaro named Sia. Apparently, he works for the wing of Reflection in the capital. He's traveling by alpaca and should arrive any moment now. I'd like you to join me in giving him a warm Kozamauka welcome. I've got a few loose ends to tie up here, but I'll join you by the entrance when I'm done. Sia, I presume? Welcome. How was your journey? Well met, Liplu. Thanks to my fuzzy friend here, I had a delightful trip. It speaks volumes that you've partnered with the porters to ensure your customers are well cared for. What a spectacular place this is. The journey alone has raised my expectations. Such breathtaking views. I've always longed to explore Yogg-Turall, but I lacked the courage to take that first step. So when I heard of your venture, Liplu, I couldn't believe my luck. I look forward to seeing what you've got in store for me. You won't soon forget your time here. That's a Turali travel agency guarantee. Well, without further ado, let's get you registered. If you head to the reception, I'll be with you shortly. I have a small favor to ask. Sia has requested a guided tour, and I'd hate for something to happen to our very first guest. Having you keep an eye on things would take the weight off my mind. May I impose upon you to accompany Sia and his guide as they explore the local area? Sure. Excellent. Well, I'd better go and deal with the paperwork. Come and find me when you're ready. I don't think we're gonna get our party finder through. We've got 2 tanks, well actually 3 tanks, right? Alright, is it showing? Okay, just 2 tanks. Shoves me to the second page. I've got 4 total people. just to confirm, you booked the Hanu Hanu Culture Experience, right? Or correct?
That's right. If I could squeeze in a spot of fishing too, that'd be wonderful. I'm a keen angler in my spare time, you see.
Absolutely! In that case, we can stop by Breath Between on our route. But first, I'll give you a thorough tour of our village.
Now, customer safety is paramount for the Turali Travel Agency, which is why our special advisor, Jeuno, will be joining you.
You were part of the Dawn Servant's entourage during the Rite of Succession, weren't you? Everyone at the Ring of Reflection knows your exploits well. How reassuring that you'll be watching over us.
Likewise, it's heartening to have you with us. And on that note, shall we make our way to Okanu?
Safe travels! I hope you have a wonderful time. Alright. Off we go.
During the Rite of Succession, Dawn Servant Wuklamat helped us restore the lifting of wings, Ihihana, to its former glory. This is the float that was repaired for the festival.
Ah, I'd heard tales, but to see the real thing is something else entirely. I'm starting to get a sense of how important reeds are to the Hanu Hanu. Not to mention how many different things you use them for. Cooking, construction, the list goes on. Fascinating.
Nothing could make me happier than seeing other Turali take an interest in our culture. That alone makes this job worthwhile. Now that you've visited Okanu, let's head for Breath Between and see if those fish are biting today. Oh, and in case you were wondering, we even use reeds as bait.
Sia's tour is progressing smoothly, and the pair have set off for a spot of fishing at Breath Between. Continue to keep an eye on them and ensure that neither come to any harm.
Alright. It's wild that you have such clear blue water up here. Like crystal clear. And then the second it hits the bottom of this waterfall, it becomes just super muddy and brown. I mean, it looks practically like salt water up here. And then instant muckiest of muck. Oh, this is a super safe place. They're not going to be in any danger here.
It isn't every day you get to cast your line in such beautiful surroundings. I'll be coming back with my own gear, that's for sure.
We Hanu love to feel the wind in our feathers as we fish. It is as though we are cradled by Kishaihi's divine protection from head to talon.
Say, I don't suppose you know of any fishing spots off the beaten trail? There are a fair few anglers here besides us, and I haven't had a single bite yet.
Perhaps Cave Kikitola would fit the bill. It's a modest walk away, but the fish are plentiful, and one may cast their line in peace and quiet.
That sounds perfect. If it's not too much trouble, I'd love to make the trip.
My only concern is the fiends. But I ought to do all I can to accommodate Sia's wishes. Of course, let's make our way there. Onward to Cave Kikitola.
Sia seems to be enjoying the tour so far, but danger may be afoot. Follow the pair to Cave Kikitola and keep watch as they continue fishing.
They're going to a dangerous place now. I remember that cave. If it's the cave I'm thinking of. Yeah. Dangerous cave. Far out the way.
The sound of flowing water echoes throughout the cavern as you scan your surroundings and listen intently for signs of trouble. Fortunately, no beasts reveal themselves to you. The sound of flowing water echoes throughout the cavern as you scan your surroundings and listen intently for signs of trouble. Fortunately, no beasts reveal themselves to you. In the darkness, something hungers. A foul presence draws near with murderous designs.
Autobahn! The fiends!
Fear not, I shall deal with these fiends.
Shan't even notice their presence. Okay. Hammerhead. Ambushing is right. Yeah, everything is fine. You're all safe.
What an excellent catch! Thanks for bringing me here.
Oh no, the pleasure is all mine. If it pleases you, we can have the cook serve your fish at your next meal. And leftovers may be dried and prepared as a treat for the journey home.
My, that sounds absolutely lovely.
And with that, let us return to Doc Poga. Thank you again for standing watch on our tour.
You're welcome. But also, maybe don't offer to take somebody to this cave unless you have a bodyguard. Like in future, like this, I was a plenty enough bodyguard, but if I'm not here, you need to get yourself someone else to protect you in that cave.
Ah, welcome back! Sia and Zelehali had just returned.
What a wonderful experience. Not only did I learn the area and its people, but the tour was tailored to my every whim. This will be the talk of Tuliyola.
Yay! Yippee!
That said, I couldn't help but notice one glaring flaw. You're aware of what I speak, aren't you, Jeuno?
Did something happen during the tour?
I may have had to dispatch a few ravenous fiends.
You did indeed, yes. Albeit so swiftly that I never felt as though I was in danger.
You dealt with these fiends by yourself? Are you alright?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
There are few who could have handled the creature so effortlessly, and that's where the problem lies. One day, you will take your leave of the Turali travel agency, and they will be hard-pressed to find someone of comparable skill. How then is the agency to ensure the safety of future guests, I wonder?
You're very thoughtful about the travel agency's future for a tourist, sir. I see what you're saying. Having Jeuno here with us is truly a blessing, but not a blessing we can rely upon forever.
Exactly. Customer safety should be a core pillar of your business. You'll need stronger measures in place to account for any dangers that may arise. I should mention that the Wing of Reflection considers tourism to be a vital part of our nation's future. All the more so as we forge ties with foreign powers and promote the exchange of cultures moving forward. Complications notwithstanding, I'm glad I could personally experience the joys of sightseeing. Please don't hesitate to consult with us so we may iron out any other issues and nurture this industry together in the months and years to come.
We should be glad to do so. And may I say that devising a security plan that doesn't require our resident adventurer will be a top priority. I feel ashamed. It never crossed my mind that entrusting our safety to Jeuno alone might be a problem. I'd like to do my part to protect our guests during their stay. I think I speak for all my fellow guides when I say that. Perhaps our special advisor would be willing to train us? A wonderful idea. Your skill with wind magics is a boon for sure, but your local knowledge and experience dealing with the region's fiends makes you all the more qualified for this duty. Still, to be safe, I propose we assign 2 guides per tour group. That way we alleviate the burden and better guarantee group safety. Though we'll need proper facilities, a place to train, and space to house supporting staff, it could amount to quite the expenditure. My inner abacus is clacking away. It's telling me this is a prime investment opportunity, made possible because we identified the problem early. Of course, we're still counting on your help, Jeuno. There's plenty to be done besides guide training and warding off fiends. We may have welcomed our first customer, but the real test is yet to come.
Yeah.
Society question.
Look at that.
A new guide training facility has been established at the Turali Travel Agency's base of operations, where candidates may look to your example as they hone their skills. The new policy of assigning 2 guides to each group will ensure none come to harm in your absence. Continue assisting Liplu and her associates, and ensure visitors leave refreshed, reinvigorated, and ready to spread the word about Kozama-uka's all-new tourist enterprise. Reputation up. Your reputation has increased to trusted. New Pelu Pelu Society daily quests are now available from Ubli at Doc Poga. Furthermore, you'll be able to undertake 3 additional quests from Ubli as a reputation bonus. This bonus is available until the daily reset time for Allied Society quests. These additional quests will become available after accepting all current daily quests from Ubli. Please be advised that you cannot undertake these quests if you have no remaining allowances. You now have access to a wider selection of wares from Pavle. Very nice. Pelu Proponent 2. What do I have access to? Got the Wind Up Pelu Pelu. Travel Agency Orchestrion Roll. Materia. Okay. I'll take this. Thank you. Orchestrion Roll. We'll get the Wind Up Pelu Pelu later. Music. Take all my gears. But I think we're going to call it here for today. Sadly, still, even on the Ether server, no one wants to fight the gods. Except for 3 people that joined up. Q, Irha, and Sora. Only 3 other people said, sure, I'll fight a god. Oh well. But next stream will be on Monday for more Ghost of Yote. Very fun game so far. Very fun. And then on Wednesday we'll be playing Metroid Prime 2 because it's anniversary, which would be the 21st anniversary, is next Saturday. And I figure we'll at least start the game on Wednesday, and then, if need be, probably finish it next Saturday. Yeah. And some of the upcoming streams, I'm not sure how much we're going to be streaming Final Fantasy in the near future. At least Final Fantasy 14, just because there's not a whole lot to do, it seems. I've done most of the things that I can. And then some things, like these raids, I can't get people to play them. You know, you need 24 people and only 3 people show up. Everybody else is doing, apparently, Savages and Ultimates, practicing. Look at all those. And they're setting up, there's two different party finders for M1 Savage. There's 3 for M2 Savage. M3 Savage has 4. M4 Savage has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Surely y'all could condense those a bit and actually fill up parties and go through. Right? I don't know. I'm just over here trying to do stuff that I haven't been able to do before. Just can't get the people, even on Ether. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's a bit of a lull in the community. Because, you know, there was Dawn Trail release, and then patch, and we're a ways after the latest content adding patch. I don't know. But yeah. In any case, until next time, be kind to yourself, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next mission. Bye-bye!